From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on the Noon News on this Monday. I'm Andrea Lutz. Blackfeet authorities say they'll keep looking for a missing 3-year-old girl however long it takes. Now, that search for Arden Pepima Browning has turned into a recovery operation today. She was reported missing on Friday. Blackfeet Homeland Security and rescue teams descended on the Two Medicine River, lowering water lines to help with visibility just yesterday morning. On April 23rd, authorities got a call about her disappearance after the family noticed that she was gone. Now, multi-agency task force ranging from foot to water and air teams are working together to comb the Two Medicine River.
There was a report at one time of shoe tracks going that way, and so that's kind of was their lead into looking at there. So it was snowing that night when she disappeared, so that's why they're utilizing that right now because of the proximity of the house to the river.
Well, though the community may not be able to assist in that search on the river, a group of Blackfeet women have set up what they call a cook shack for those on the search that can get a hot plate of food from the community donations. Obviously, those crews are going to be out there in the elements. Turning now to Miller Robson with a look at the weather.
Well, they're still seeing some rain in the area and will continue to do so as they go along this afternoon. But the good news is we will start to see some clearing, hopefully late this afternoon, if not before then. And then moving forward, things are looking good. As we take a live look at the Doppler radar, you can see some rain in Great Falls, some snow in the higher elevations near Missoula, some rain in Billings and southern parts of Montana into northern Wyoming. We are seeing some snow in the higher elevations, and that's where we have that winter weather advisory in effect until noon tomorrow for the Northeast Bighorns and Bighorns West. 6 to 10 inches of snowfall possible with gusts over 30 miles an hour. We've got temperatures mainly in the 40s right now, but hang in there. We've got 60s, 70s, maybe some 80s in the forecast. We'll take a look coming up. Andrea.
All right, Miller, thanks so much. Well, the pause of the use of the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine is over, but hesitancy about getting that vaccine remains for many Americans. Use of the J&J vaccine temporarily stopped because a few people have developed a rare but dangerous blood clot after receiving it. A former FDA commissioner says better education about the vaccine could help get more people vaccinated. That combined with getting that vaccine into the hands of people who are skeptical but trust their local physicians. Now, a new poll shows 6 in 10 Americans plan to get vaccinated or have already gotten their shot. That leaves 40% of people saying either maybe or no. The CDC says more than 5 million Americans have skipped getting their second dose of the vaccine. More than 42% of the population has gotten at least one dose. 28% are fully vaccinated. And fully vaccinated Americans can start thinking about traveling to Europe. The European Union shut down all non-essential travel more than a year ago. But now the EU has not provided a timeline for when travel will start or how people will prove that they have received their vaccines. Even as all cases of COVID-19 seem to fall, many schools in Montana still need a significant amount of personal protective equipment to protect their students and staff. Recently, Townsend School got some of that help, meeting that demand. MTN's Alexia Guayo has more.
The Montana Unified School Trust stopped in to meet with Townsend Superintendent Eric Wilkerson for a surprise visit.
It was a very pleasant surprise that we received this morning when the representatives from MUST came into my office to visit with me for a moment and then actually donated all of these masks and the hand sanitizer to our school and our district.
The Montana Unified School Trust, or MUST, provides health benefit plans to member schools. The trust announced they received an anonymous donation of 1,295 masks for school staff and students. 700 of those masks and hand sanitizer went to the Townsend School District. Schools were gifted based on a criteria. N95 masks have a very close fit, forming a seal around the nose and mouth, and are very efficient at filtering airborne particles.
Well, we looked at schools that are members of MUST, and we looked at need. And those districts that still are using masks, we want to support them and try to offset their costs.
The superintendent says their school have been in person all year long, but not without the constant need for supplies. He says they go through several boxes of masks a day to maintain COVID-19 precautions and keep students in the classroom.
As you can imagine, with over 650 students, over 100 staff members. We go through the PPE stuff quickly, and so this is a great donation at absolutely a perfect time.
In Townsend, Alexi Aguayo, MTN News.
And the school board says those remaining masks will be donated in the coming weeks. All right, so police in Billings continue to piece together the motive behind a rash of crimes that ended in a West End standoff and a man killed by police. The name of that man is expected to be released today following Friday's 9-hour standoff on the West End. Police believe that he is responsible for a deadly shooting of a woman on King Avenue. And police were called to a Laurel business where the suspect and a woman were trying to put a tarp over a van. That's when the chase started, and it led to Ridgewood Lane, where the man barricaded himself in the attic of the home, armed with a gun. Gunfire was exchanged, and the man was killed by police. And the POLSON Police Department is getting $900 for less lethal training. And while it may not seem like a lot of money, that donation will help officers with some other methods like pepper spray or tasers. And officials say these less lethal options mean a better option for the community. That $900 is a start for training officers with those less lethal means. Home prices continue to rise and buyers are still entering the market. The median price for an existing home is now more than $329,000, a record high. Experts at the National Association of Realtors say supply is shrinking, but demand continues to rise, which pushes prices up even more. Meanwhile, builders are seeing a demand in new homes as buyers struggle to find existing homes. And home renovation prices are also increasing, and officials say it's because of these current market conditions. There is an organization in Missoula, though, that helps keep costs in check. The Tool Library functions like a book library. It's operated by the Missoula Urban Demonstration Project, or MUD, and an income-based annual fee. Members can check out tools and return them a week later. If members miss the return date, they just have to pay a late fee. So if you need a hammer or a chimney brush or a gas-powered drill, they say they've got you covered. 2,500 tools to choose from. And a tool librarian tells us about some of those recent projects.
We have a member who's making a coffee table, so they needed a lot of like pipe clamps or bar clamps. And then we've had several people come in and outfit their vans as like a camper or a tiny home. So they've done all the woodwork here themselves.
So MUD also puts on workshops for community members. Most recently, they were doing some signs out of pallets and building cat towers. Okay, there's more to come on today's New News. Montana's gearing up for the Special Olympics, and we're introducing you to one of the athletes. That story, it's coming up. But first, Miller is back in with a look at that statewide weather forecast.